Happy birthday
to
to
me,
you.
happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
me.
you.
ये नाचो यार, जो भी हो यार, झकास बोल दे यार। अरे यार मैं थक गया हूँ यार, झकास बोल बोल के यार, क्यों मुझसे करवा रहे हो यार।
जो हमारी अच्छी फिल्म है ना, क्लासिक्स है, उनको मुझे लगता है नहीं टच करना चाहिए। जो खराब फिल्म है उनको रीमेक करके अच्छा बनाना, उनका आइडिया अगर अच्छा था तो।
How did Sonam and Harsh react to when they first heard about this, Anilji, about the entire thing of it?
Harsh is anyway crazy, so he was fully into it. I told him I'm making this film about, Anurag kidnapped Sonam and your dad was looking for him. He's like, what? What the? Seriously? So actually, before I even pitched it, he said, is there a part for me? I said, yeah, there's a part for you. So, Sonam, I pitched it when we were in New York for the Emmys. I remember she was in New York and I went across town to meet her. And I said, hey, this is what I'm doing. And I narrated the whole film to her and she said, Dad's doing this? I said, yeah. Harsh is doing it. I said, yeah. Okay, I'm doing it. The moment she said everybody's doing it, she's also doing it.
Welcome to Speakeasy. My name is Rajani, and we are doing a very special year-ender. The talented people I'm about to talk to are ending the year on a very real note for you. This year has been giving us too many reality check. This is the one that you probably need the most, a reality check for the film industry. I'm of course talking about the very talented trio right now, Mr. Anil Kapoor, Vikramaditya, and Mr. Anurag Kashyap. So reality check, kind of reality check you wanna. What do you have to say, Anurag?
It is reality check and more. I'm saying if you take away the film industry, it's also holding a mirror. No, it's also on the audience as well.
But tell me, when you make something like this, the most difficult part, of course, is casting, because you know that actors here, want to live up to their image and they're like, oh my God, what will people say and stuff like that. That was a challenge, right? And coming, of course, to ultimate casting of Mr. Anil Kapoor. I know Anurag's the friend. Anurag was obviously, I don't think that was the difficult. Anurag must
मैं आलू प्याज हूँ, मैं आलू प्याज हूँ.
But you don't take yourself seriously also, na? So that must have, you're okay with, taking pot shots. But here, a lot of actors really don't, they really have to think about the image that they've created. So tell me, Vikram, tell me how the casting process worked out for you. But that's very interesting to know.
I think, look, from whatever I've known Anil sir, through the years, we haven't worked together before this. I've worked with Harsh and I know Sonam and I've been to the house multiple times and, we've interacted, a lot. He's always been extremely open, and at least the film choices he's made before that, whether it's working in, it didn't happen with Anurag, but the fact that he was going to do Alvin Kalicharan, or the fact he's worked with Zoya, or the fact that even the choices of films he's made through the years, you know that there is a experimental streak somewhere. He might be open to something like this. So it was a chance. I really wanted to make this film. I went out there with Avinash and we just rewrote the script with Anil Kapoor's name in it, just took a chance on it. Went to him, gave him the script, and literally I gave him the script and I ran. I said, "Sara, padlo, main bhagta hu." So I don't know, if the call doesn't come for a week, it means he's hated it, I won't call him back. If he calls, then great, then I'll go back and then we'll see.
In person, he's never, like in my 23 years that I have known him, has never behaved like a star. Not once.
Yeah.
From the first time I met him. Not once.
And that's such a fresh breath of relief from all of our side, because that's and that is why I think he is relevant till now and will continue to be forever.
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
I also
He treats
feel
every
like,
first-time director, newcomer, it doesn't matter वो कल का क्यों ना हो. Like, boss मेरे को तेरे साथ काम करना है. वो that sincerity is there.
yeah.
वो है.
Not everybody would have done this. Just for the fact that we take ourselves seriously. Do you think, as an actor specifically, do you think it's, letting your hair down is so important? Like not taking yourself very seriously and the image that you have कि लोग क्या कहेंगे? मैं इतना बड़ा हूँ तो मैं ये नहीं कर सकता हूँ. मैं खुद को क्यों गाली खिलवाऊँ? All of that, and honestly, that still exists, right? I mean, I'm sure both the directors here will admit to that.
Yes, it does exist, and this is, but life is all about taking chances, no? So if you
That's
don't take
true.
a chance, you play safe, and then you're caged in your own image, and when you take yourself seriously, I think it's a life wasted. तो एक ही जिंदगी है, मजा करो, enjoy करो, keep yourself fit, positive, happy, work with the best directors of the world, work with the best actors, travel, eat good food, meet good people. और क्या चाहिए लाइफ में, नहीं?
That is true. You simplified that. The action here obviously is real. you all have obviously, I'm assuming thoda bahut to bleeding has happened here. It looked a lot. Am I right, Vikram? Like a lot of it looked real here, or what was it?
No, it is very real. And I
very
told
real.
them, no, I said, but boss, it's not a fight. And I'm my action director because he used to, design the fight and ऐसे ऐसे करते हैं. I said, yeah, this is not a 20-year-old fighting a 20-year-old.
Correct.
This is a 63-year-old fighting a 47-year-old. Please understand कि these are, उनकी मतलब 30-40 सेकंड में हवा निकल जाएगी if they have to actually sort of like get into a fight. So we've
But
designed
who's
it that way.
63-year-old?
Huh?
Who's 63-year-old?
I meant
Who is
36. I meant 36.
No, he's wrong.
हाँ.
Ah.
Digits sorry change हो गए.
Obviously,
हाँ मतलब
कुछ भी.
but problem is like he's so youthful और look at me बुढ़ा अनफिट आदमी लड़ाई करनी तो मेरे हिसाब से सीन डिजाइन हुआ मेरी lack of fitness के हिसाब से सीन डिजाइन हुआ
Okay, moment of truth for both the AKs. What is one thing you really admire in each other and one thing that you truly detest? Like detest is probably a harsher word, but you don't like in each other.
I truly admire his drive and hunger, his diligence in the sense, आज भी वही है. Today he's the same. He talks like the same struggler probably he would have been 40 years ago. He approaches his work the same way he would have done 40 years ago. And today he not just pushes himself, today he pushes everybody else also as well. और वो धक्का मार मार के मतलब कराते मैं रिहर्सल करने वाला आदमी नहीं हूँ, रिलक्टेंस है, लेकिन धक्का मार के करते ना and his thing is so much and you see it and it shows in his fitness, it shows in his, like he never gives up, he just goes on and on and on and he is very truly honest to himself.
Yep.
And what I hate about him is
The same.
looking at the results. The pressure it puts on me. Look at him and I'm like, यार मैं तो ऐसे खड़ा होता तो मैं अपने पैर भी नहीं देख पाता पेट आता है बीच में.
What about you, Mr. Kapoor?
What I admire and love about Anurag is his fearlessness. How fearlessly he speaks what he believes in. How fearlessly he has made his films. How fearlessly he has casted so many young actors and given breaks to so much talent to the industry, and how he has supported filmmakers to make their first films. I admire that. There are very few people who are like that. बहुत ही कम हैं, and I think he is on top of that list. And what I detest about him is, of course, his fitness. And
Lack of it.
Lack of fitness, because I'm a selfish man. I'm very, very selfish where where my work is concerned, and I want him to be fit so that we do a lot of films together. So जितना fit रहेगा उतना हम लोग काम कर सकेंगे. Because I feel a director, a DOP, all of them have to be fit. And when looking at Ridley Scott and looking at Clint Eastwood, at the moment, if you ask me, are these actors do you look up to these of the actors of this show business? No, at the moment I'm looking up and they are my idols at the moment. Ridley Scott and Clint Eastwood. I Google them most of the time. I know I want to find out what they're doing, how they're doing it, And Clint Eastwood is 90 years old, and he's making this film now. And Ridley Scott, the kind of cast he has accumulated for his next film is unbelievable. He's what, 80
something.
हाँ क्या उम्र है अभी रिडली स्कॉट की होगी 84 85 86 so and if you I have met both of them personally. I have met Clint Eastwood. I've had dinner with him, and he is so humble, so down to earth, and ऐसा भी नहीं कि वो डाइटिंग करा, अपना अच्छा खाना वाना खाया, ये किया वो करा, and he's so fit mentally and physically. So I want all our filmmakers also in India, because in India also, people give up on, filmmakers when they cross a certain, यार नहीं यार पुराना हो गया है. So I get very angry when some producers and actors tell me कि यार unfit है, पुराना हो गया है. मैंने नहीं यार ऐसा मत बोलो यार. ऐसा मत बोलो यार. There is always a great film in any person who's made good films, and it upsets me. And it upsets me when I meet them and they are feeling like that. So
Yeah.
I feel Anurag to obviously is making fantastic films, and I want him to make those kind of films till he's 90. and has to
How
be.
sweet.
करूँगा.
Listen, Vikram, this love is totally like I'm just shocked with this so much love here. Batao, when you see
I
the
know.
film.
He's played such a big role in my career and my life.
How
वो
sweet.
है, वो सब फिल्में जो आप सुनते हो सब सच है.
That well, on that note, Vikram,
हाँ जी.
यहाँ pot shots दोनों ने खुद पे लिए हैं. You have taken pot shot at yourself. We know which one, obviously.
Yes.
Where you make Harsh say, Vikram ने तो मेरी career की भावना से खत्म ही कर दी. But I want to know, was that your idea and why was it?
That was his guilt.
That, we're all taking pot shots. No? Where Harsh, in fact, there's one little bit I think we've taken out also. I kept it upstairs in the room. नीचे dining table पे भी है. Where Harsh sits on the table says, यार मोटवानी मेरा phone call ही नहीं ले रहा है. Sorry. हम लोग पिक्चर बनाते हैं साथ में. उसको नहीं लेते हैं. There's all of that. Yeah, it's in this. I mean, I think we should all take ourselves a little less seriously in life. I think it's a very, very good thing. It's a great exercise for all of us. It's a very humbling exercise for all of us.
Yeah.
I highly recommend everybody does it.
Tell me, how did Sonam and Harsh react to when they first heard about this, Anilji, about the entire thing of it? Because I think it's crazy, and you, like I said, you have to be a little crazy to do this film.
Harsh is anyway crazy, so he was fully into it. I told him I'm making this film about, Anurag kidnapped Sonam and your dad is looking for him. He's like, what? What the? Seriously? So actually, before I even he said, is there a part for me? I said, yeah, there's a part for you.
Harsh is actually, if you compare to the rest of the industry, he is actually so far out there when it comes to cinema.
Yeah.
Extreme cinephile, and वो normal चीज़ें नहीं कर पाएगा. उसके लिए चाहिए ही कुछ ऐसा.
Yeah, कुछ टेढ़ा.
टेढ़ा.
Sonam, I pitched
Yeah.
it when we were in New York for the Emmys. I remember she was in New York, and I went across town to meet her, and I said, "Hey, this is what I'm doing." And I narrated the whole film to her, and she said, "Dad's doing this." I said, "Yeah." Harsh is doing it. I said, "Yeah." Okay, I'm doing it. The moment she said everybody's doing it, she's also doing it. But again, they've been amazingly sporting. So is Boni. All of them have been so sporting, and they've also had they've had a blast. Even Boni, the bit he's made fun of his own remake knowledge, that whole thing, original sin and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's sportingly kiya usne. He did it so nicely.
Correct. He did. He
Yeah.
did that. And there's a part here with Nawaz where you tell him that मैंने तुझे बनाया है types. But tell me, do you have that ownership, the moment of truth? Huh? Do you
No.
have that little ownership with people?
I have not had that ownership because my first fight in this industry was against those 3 film contracts and ownership. So in my life, I have never signed any contract or ownership thing with anyone. I actually push people to be independent and be on their own. मेरे अंदर नहीं, वो
That's
ओनरशिप
true.
नहीं है.
But मजा आया करने की नहीं, that scene.
हाँ, वो बहुत मजा है, लेकिन मेरा ओनरशिप सिर्फ मेरी मूवीज, डीवीडीज और बुक्स के साथ है और जूतों के साथ, बाकी नहीं.
But Anurag, imagine you cracking your own dialogues from Wasepur all the time in real life. That's kind of weird.
No.
Yeah.
See, dialogues sometimes take their own life. If you read the dialogue on paper, it doesn't have a life. It came to life because of the way the actor delivered it. I think it's also the manner of speaking.
Correct.
So वो सब अपने आप बहुत सारी चीज़ें कंबाइन होती है फैक्ट्री में. हम लोग एक अलग दिन बैठ के बात कर रहे थे, वैसे नहीं होता. अच्छी चीज़ें, अच्छी फिल्में बन जाती हैं, बुरी फिल्में डायरेक्टर बनाता है.
So,
मानना है.
Anilji, but who do you think the film really belongs to? The director or the actor? If I don't say you have to choose among the two.
100%. I always believe that cinema is a director's medium. 100%. From the time I started my career, from the time I had a little bit of knowledge about, I've admired filmmakers like Mehboob Khan, Raj Kapoor Saab, Bimal Roy, Guru Dutt, these filmmakers. Internationally, there are so many filmmakers, and it is a director's medium. And stage, of course, you can say, is an
Yeah,
actor's
stage is
medium.
actor
Is an actor's medium.
Absolutely.
But cinema is a director's medium.
But I think one of my favorite moments also was when you are on stage and you give like an emotional speech and they look at you and they say, dance. That's all they want. That's one of my favorite moments because at the end, there is something that they want. They look at you and they're in awe and they only think of, those chartbuster numbers and stuff
That
like
one
that.
scene is
Was that-
whole of India. That one scene is India at the moment. आप जो करना है जो करना हमको चाहिए, आप नाचो।
ये नाचो या जो भी हो यार, झकास बोल दे यार। अरे यार मैं थक गया हूँ यार झकास बोल बोल के यार, क्यों मुझसे करवा रहे हो यार। जब पिक्चर रिलीज हुई थी इतना प्यार नहीं मिला उस फिल्म डायलॉग को।
That is true. And
अरे
also, I
अंदर
think
बाहर
that
ना,
it's a
नो इट वाज युद्ध।
युद्ध, हाँ
युद्ध,
युद्ध
हाँ।
युद्ध युद्ध युद्ध।
सो कुछ चीज़ें हो
And I
जाती हैं
think-
जो दे बिकम काइंड ऑफ रेट्रो एंड सो इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ फन एंड एंटरटेनमेंट एंड यू कांट टेक इट सीरियसली। समटाइम्स यू डू इट, ओके चलो इनको इनके चेहरे पे अगर मैं एक हंसी ला सकता हूँ तो चलो कर देता हूँ।
I think that is why when people wanted to are trying to remake Mr. India, it became like, ये movie को मत छुओ. You can't touch
I
it.
actually I have a very strong point of view there. जो हमारी
Tell me.
अच्छी फिल्म है ना, द क्लासिक्स है, उनको मुझे लगता है नहीं टच करना चाहिए। कम से कम लाइक अंटिल दिस 2 या 3 जनरेशन नहीं पास हो जाए और नई जनरेशनों को आपको दिखाना है तो
Yeah.
जो खराब फिल्म है उनको रीमेक करके अच्छा बनाना, उनका आइडिया अगर अच्छा था तो।
I agree. What about you?
I don't want to remember Mr. India as anything else. It's like some film like Sholay, Mr. India, तेजाब, राम लखन, मेरे को लगता है सब फिल्में जैसी उनको रहने दो। भले ही हमारा अंदर से मन करता है, हम फैंटेसाइज करते हैं कि मैं वो कैरेक्टर हूँ लाइफ में, ये वो, बट वो
Correct.
फैंटेसी तक ही सीमित है, वहीं रहने वहीं रहना चाहिए।
What about you, Mr. Kapoor?
सी कभी कभी कुछ कुछ बिजनेस चीज़ें होती हैं, बिजनेस के लिए होती हैं। सो पता नहीं कि मेरा तो यही होता है हमेशा कि सी कि आपका इंटेंशन क्या है
जी.
वो करने का। आपका इंटेंशन है पैसा कमाना और बेवकूफ़ बनाना ट्रेड को और पब्लिक को, तो बनाइए। मगर आप अंदर से करना चाहते हैं तो उसके लिए फिर वो टैलेंट ढूंढना पड़ेगा। अगर आप बेवकूफ़ बनाना चाहते हैं, थोड़ा सा पैसा कमाना चाहते हैं, तो फिर ठीक है, तो करिए। तो बिकॉज इट्स बेसिकली इट्स बिजनेस ऑल्सो। सो इफ इट इज मेक्स गुड बिजनेस सेंस तो बनाओ। दैट्स टू ईच इज ओन, बट आई वुड नॉट डू समथिंग लाइक दैट।
Yeah.
I will not get into a film unless I really feel something which is which I feel passionately about. Unless there is some film which I have actually done कि यार मुझे पैसे की ज़रूरत है अभी, और मैंने की वो फिल्में, ऐसी फिल्में की हैं कि माई कंपनी इज़ नॉट डूइंग वेल, आई एम इन फाइनेंशियल सिचुएशंस विच आफ्टर रूप की रानी चोरों राजा इट हैपेंड टू मी, हैपेंड टू द फैमिली एंड सो मुझे करनी पड़ी 2-3 फिल्में जो मैं ऐसे लोगों के साथ ऐसे नॉट एज ह्यूमन बींग्स they are good people, but as an actor I would not do those films, but I had to do it because we needed the money. And at that moment, I'm happy that I did the film because today I'm sitting over here. Otherwise, with that financial stress and with all those kind of problems, I wouldn't be what I am today. So at least मैंने वो problem solve किया, 3-4 फिल्में कर दी, ऐसी फिल्में कर दी, जो करनी थी मुझे। एंड थोड़ी सी मुझे गाली में पड़ी उस फिल्म से कि यार ये ऐसा काम क्यों किया, ऐसा किया। अभी उनको क्या मालूम, जैसे कि वो हमारा सीन है ना वो स्टेज पर, तो उनको पता नहीं कि पर्दे के पीछे एक दूसरे आंसू थे जो लोगों को नजर नहीं आए, मगर मुझे करनी पड़ी वो फिल्में। तो that's what show business is all about.
मस्ट गो ऑन, नाचना पड़ता है।
हाँ, the show must go on, नाचना पड़ता है।
And it's true because the entire time you're bleeding, you're hurt, but all people want to do is, take a selfie.
वो तो सामने चोट लगी, लोगों को दिखता नहीं है।
सो हमेशा ये
उनको
होता
दिखना नहीं
है
है।
आपका इंटेंशन क्या है, जो भी कुछ करें आपका। या yes, absolutely.
Yeah, because we are obviously this is the end of 2020. I want each of you to tell me what are the few things that you truly, are celebrating that have, been in the Indian film industry till now, and few things that you would definitely hope changes. So starting with Anurag, Vikram, and Mr. Anil Kapoor.
I hope cinema is open and people go back to cinema, and I just hope this whole thing goes away. So this is just the idea of meeting people and having a community feeling of watching something or doing something is what I miss the most. And what I like about this year is January, February was great.
You shot AK versus AK.
I would extend it till March 23rd. We shot AK versus AK.
Yeah, that's good.
Vikram.
Well, the good part of this year has been that I got to spend a lot of time with my daughter, which I wouldn't have been able to on a normal basis. I think family time and the time I got to spend with my daughter and all that has been priceless. And really, and she's at the age where it has been priceless. As Anurag says, I would love to go back. I think we need to go back to the movie theaters, in a biggish kind of way. I really miss that. I really want to go back, and I feel that normalcy, because not just selfishly about the feeling. I think an entire industry depends on it. So yeah, the quicker we do, the better it is. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. What about you, Mr. Kapoor?
Absolutely family. I got so much time to spend time with my beautiful wife, which was wonderful. And there was a kind of spend time with Harsh also, which is very difficult, staying in the same house. तो थोड़ा बहुत
ये हर्ष के जूते चुराते हैं.
जूते आज भी मैंने हर्ष के जूते पहने. And of course Riya was a kind of revelation, how do you say? Revelation about her talent of cooking. And I had one of the best cuisines and food and hamburgers. I've traveled all over the world. मैंने इतना अच्छा मैंने खाना नहीं खाया जो रिया ने बनाया था. And worked on a lot of scripts. And and Riya also worked, met, so that was wonderful. And of course, unfortunately, I spent a lot of time with Sonam and Anand, but then they had to leave for London. I wish they were there for a much more longer time. And of course, even I want restaurants to open, cinemas to open, everything has to open up. And the vaccine comes and we all take the vaccine and everything comes back to normal.
Back to normal. Thank you once again. I had lovely chatting and listening to the stories behind the reality that you created. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and Mr. Kapoor, happy birthday as well.
Thank you so much.
Shall we all say happy birthday to Mr. Kapoor?
Happy birthday, Mr. Kapoor.
Happy birthday to
me.
Happy birthday
to me. Happy birthday, Mr. Anil Kapoor. Happy birthday to me.
Thank you guys. All the very best.
Thank
and have
you.
a
Bye,
great
Rani.
year.
Thank you.
Looking forward to being entertained in different ways once again. Thank you. Lots of love.